Welcome on in, guys. Three bowl takes, and we are back with Bowl Mania this year. We do this every single year. Link is in the description to join. Winner will receive a free Champions Three Bowl Takes t-shirt courtesy of the guys over here at Three Bowl Takes. But before we get into it, we are sponsored by SeatGeek, so use our discount code 3BOLTAKES at checkout to get $20 off your first purchase. We are looking to go to a couple of bowl games. We will definitely be using SeatGeeks. You guys should too. It'll show you what's a good deal, what's a bad deal, and should save you a little bit of money off the top. Guys, welcome on into the first college football playoff quarterfinal preview and prediction between number 6 Penn State and number 3 Boise State. Real quick, guys, join our Capital One Bowl Mania. I think you can still join even if you've already created a pick 'em, I guess, not bracket, but going down the list. So join ours. Link is in the description. We're also previewing and predicting every single bowl game, so stay tuned for all of those. But in this one, obviously, there's a lot of talk on Boise State getting the first round bye, right? So they haven't played in quite a while here. Almost a month, like a week shy of a month. Boise State's been sitting at home practicing and resting up. Meanwhile, Penn State just put the beat down on SMU 38-10 at home. Very impressive win there. And in this one, hey, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl should be a good one here. Penn State comes in at a 11-point favorite. But guess what, guys? 52% of you decided to go Boise State in this game over Penn State. Quinn, I want to sling it over to you first here. What's going on with Capital One Bowl Mania with Penn State, Boise State, and who are you going?
My best guess is that 52% of the people that picked this game were lobotomized before they chose. That would be my guess. Let me ask you two questions. Question one, how does Boise State move the ball offensively?
They run the ball.
Yep. How is Boise State going to establish the line of scrimmage against one of the best defensive front sevens in the sport that is significantly more talented than anyone they face this year?
They don't.
Exactly. There you go. Penn State wins the game. They did a disservice to Boise State. Like, if you seed this just as they're ranked, Boise State would have opened with a road test, which honestly they probably would have flipped their rankings and let them have a home game against Indiana. Boise State could have beat Indiana. That would have been a good close game. And they could have had a big playoff win before they got crushed by somebody in the quarterfinal. Instead, we've got this weird seeding system where Penn State's got maybe the easiest matchup of the whole quarterfinal, despite being the lowest ranked out of them, Texas, Oregon, and Georgia, and also losing to Ohio State, and objectively probably also worse than Notre Dame. Frankly, they're probably only better than Arizona State or Boise State, but they've got maybe the easiest path. So, yeah, Penn State's winning the game. They're too talented in the line of scrimmage for Boise State. It won't be close. I got the Nittany Lions comfortable.
Quinn, I'm glad that immediately we got onto it and said, hey, they got probably the easiest path. I'm just glad we got that out in the air because that's what's facts. Penn State gets to play SMU and they get to play the Group of 5 champion when they have no significant wins this season. They lost in their Big Ten championship, actually backdoored their way into a loss of the Big Ten championship. Penn State doesn't deserve to be here. They have nothing to their name that says, hey, we should be here. However, they have the easiest path to get into what is it, the semifinals, whatever. But man,
Do it.
Boise State, what a season. What a season. The Heisman should be winner Ashton Jeanty, 132 yards away from breaking the single season rushing record set by Barry Sanders. And Quentin, you're exactly right. The Penn State defense is staunchy. They're stacked.
There's that word again.
Their front seven is going to determine the line of scrimmage all throughout this game and just probably whip up on this Boise State offensive line. Genty's going to try his best to get his 130 yards. He's probably going to have to rush 60 times for it. But hey, I don't think Genty's going to get it done. I don't. I think he's that's the game plan. I think Maddox Madsen does. I think the Boise State quarterback gets it done in relief. You haven't needed him all season, gentlemen. You've had Ashton Genty running in that backfield. You put up 34 points on the #1 team in the nation in Oregon. You haven't needed anybody else all season, but this is the game. That front seven for Penn State, you're going to abuse those other 4 players in the secondary all game long. Ooh, handoff to Genty. Maybe he loses 2 yards. Bam, 20-yard pass downfield, tutty. Maddox Madsen is going to get it done. He plays extremely clean football, 3 interceptions on the season. He plays extremely, extremely well. He's got a great IQ. I think he's going to have 3-4 touchdown game. Genty's going to get close to the record. I think they upset. I hate Penn State. James Franklin's a fraud. Bam, he's going to be fired after this game. I genuinely think, like, I'm not a Penn State fan. I'm not a James Franklin fan, but I genuinely think Boise State can get it done. But this is a problem with the playoffs. This should be a home game for Boise State, and I hate that it's not. Anyway, Boise State, book it, bookmark it, boom.
He just predicted Boise State to do better throwing the ball against Penn State than SMU.
That is what he just said.
SMU literally spots points to the other team. Drew Aller is not a quarter. That brother is a offensive lineman that gets the ball back there. He does not pass at all. I don't know how anybody says, no, it's a 5-star guy. The guy sucks.
He threw for more yards than Boise State's quarterback.
Against SMU?
No, I'm talking about all season.
Oh, all season, sure. Who cares about that? You had
Who cares
about 12 regular season games?
You had the reincarnation of Barry Sanders in your backfield.
Apparently not, because he's not going to break the record according to you.
It's like saying Jake Coker had more yards or had less yards, but he had Derrick Henry back there.
It's not
no way you just made that comparison.
You're missing the offensive line. That's the biggest problem.
Okay.
But did Ashton Genty's yards after contact not rank like 5th or top 5 in the nation?
Hey,
that's fair.
He is one of the. He's should have won the Heisman. So I'm gonna say he's the best running back in America. I think he breaks the record in this game.
I think he does.
You just said he's not going to break the record. But I'm going to go with I think he does break the record. That is one thing that I will say positive about Boise State, just because I think they're going to feed him the ball so much. And he is that good that even if you load the box, and Chase, you just alluded to it, the yards after contact is still so high that even with Penn State's front seven being as good as they are, he's going to get yards. This is one of those games where if you're Penn State, you try to limit Genty's production as much as possible. You're not going to stop him. You're not going to shut him down. I don't care how hard you try. But if you limit his production, nobody else on Boise State is good enough to beat. That's straight facts. Penn State's going to win this game. James Franklin's going to the Final Four. The semifinal, Chase, whether you like it or not, he's going to have not one but 2 playoff wins. I know that pains your soul. It hurts you to say, hurts you to think. Penn State's winning. Do I think they cover the 11?
No, because they lose.
I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to say, in my mind, they cover the 11, but Boise State gets a garbage touchdown to cut it to 10. That's going to be my prediction on that. So I think Penn State wins, does not cover, and Genty breaks the all-time rushing record. You heard it here first, folks.
But
Reminder for this one as well. This is a neutral site game. So what Penn State did to SMU first off spots points, but that was also a home whiteout game, if I'm not mistaken. So one of Penn State's bigger games.
the white,
It was during the day. It wasn't the same.
yeah, it's not the same.
Quinn, did you have something, my friend?
Well, I was gonna say one, during the day, not the same. But two, I got a question for you. What's Boise State's plan of attack to limit the offensive run game and the production of Tyler Warren when Penn State has the ball?
Look, I think
What do they do to not get blown off the line of scrimmage on every single play?
Look, I can't give you the game plan for that because we have that under wraps right now.
Okay.
What I will say, it's kind of like the Jordan rules in these games. You let the Jordan get his, but you can't let Pippen, you can't let Kerr, you can't let all these other guys get there. You can't let Drew. So if the run game is going to be your crux, hey, I know that we're going to get torched in the run game. They're going to get 4 or 5 yards of carry on me. Okay, you can't let Drew Aller also throw for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. You got to limit him in the passing game. And that's what I like about the Boise State defense. If you watched them, their secondary is really their front seven. They got some guys up there, but not an entire front seven that's going to stop a Power 5 team like Penn State. But their secondary, they can play some freaking defense. Their secondary can be locked down when they want to be. And that's what I'm focused on. Drew Aller, not a great quarterback. But, hey, if the running back goes for 200 yards and 5 touchdowns, boom, then it's game. But I think Boise State sticks with I don't think this is going to be blown off the ball like everybody predicts it's going to be.
Well, it should be fun to watch. It should be a ton of fun to
will.
watch here as the first quarterfinal game in the history of college football playoff in the Fiesta Bowl. So, guys, thanks for watching. That has been the preview and prediction video for the Fiesta Bowl. We've got every other bowl game in the history of mankind in 2024 on our channel. Go check that out. Leave us a like, subscribe while you're here. We got more coming. Appreciate you watching.